I can easily be persuaded.
No, I can also be persuaded.
Your vote is becoming useless. If you're on my team, I'm like, oh God, she's just gonna run to the other team straight away.
I guess if we're judging on the grand final performance,
good point.
Technically. Actually.
Perfect. Okay.
Double whammy.
So Gerda overruled.
Okay, overruled.
We don't even want to hear from you, Gerda.
Gerda, don't care.
That's all right. You've lost in any case, so
okay, doesn't matter.
That's all right. Everyone has opinions, and your opinion is wrong.
No, it's not about. It's not.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Eurovision is My Religion, your weekly podcast where four chaotic friends analyze, battle, and dissect Eurovision Song Contest. As you all know, hopefully, 2025 year contest has now finally finished, not without its controversies, and we do welcome you to watch our latest episode before this, where we dissect that. We will not cover this on this episode as we are moving on, all of us.
Yeah, are we though? I haven't moved on, but
for our own mental health, we are moving on for this episode at least. So please do watch that. And if you are interested in any more content, please do share, like, and subscribe, and hopefully follow us along as you've been doing so far. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyway, there has been much talk about this year's contest and performance and the quality of them. And often I feel like, I don't know if it's in the Eurovision sort of fandom bubble or generally speaking, people really complain that this year had been much worse than the previous year Eurovision. I'm not sure if you heard that.
Yeah, happens
every year. They say that every year, right?
They say that every year at the beginning, and then it kind of goes away if the year is really good. But I feel like this year just never went.
Yeah. I really feel we need to settle this debate once and for all.
This year, the feeling persisted. And who are we not, if not social scientists over here, to put this to science and to really understand whether 2024 was actually worse or better than 2025.
So you're hinting that if we somehow put our minds together, this will become a scientific conclusion.
This is equal to a scientific study.
With the sample size of 4, you can
solid
confidently say that this is a scientific study.
Nice.
Simona, please tell us what scientific methods we will be applying today.
What regression are we using for our statistical analysis?
Random trial.
Today, we are employing the method called in the scientific community Eurovision battle. And or battle de Eurovision.
French?
I don't know why.
Eurovision is in France.
It sounds smarter when you say something in our language. And I think that's what Eurovision science community is all about. So
many French.
We are using this concept where we basically take each country's entry this year and compare it to the last year's entry. And we vote as a group, trying to reach a consensus, obviously.
With these very exciting props.
Wow.
We definitely didn't come up last minute.
Props.
The props that the Spotify community may not be able to hear. So one of our prop is yellow and another is green, if that's helpful. But I will make sure I narrate our vote so everybody can understand it.
Yellow is 24. Green is year 25, which is
you can see the level of our intelligence by the fact that we had to write it down just in case we forget.
That's a good point.
So trust this will be a good experiment.
We remember which one is which.
Exactly.
I mean, it's high pressure situations. So we can't leave it to chance.
Season.
Yeah,
it's true. It's been a long.
So this will be a silent vote of putting your basically the year that you prefer up. And the idea is that obviously if we disagree, we will have to trash it out, agree. If we disagree, you can only base any further comments on the final performance on the final stage. So don't care what the studio was or any semi-final performances. We only base this at the final stage then.
Sounds scientific.
Exactly. So
Control.
that's an important rule that I devised.
Good.
And you get 1 point per country's entry. Obviously, there has been slight differences between each year's entrance, but that's only by one country so far. So this year, Montenegro participated. Last year, Moldova participated, but we haven't been participating in the other years. We will just compare them to both.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Science.
Makes sense.
It's called science.
Again, science.
Google it.
Good.
So yeah, we're gonna go in alphabetical order as to not to influence ourselves. And I'm gonna keep score, but I'm not gonna announce a score only until the end, only at the end, so we don't influence ourselves and try to, meddle with a scientific research.
Of course.
No corruption.
So I think that's it.
That's a very well devised research.
Nice.
Let's
see what happens.
Cool. So we will start with Albania.
Oh.
And 2024. 4 yes, already a good start. I should remember which year. I need to check. 2024. 2024 we had Bessa with a song Titan. And 2025 we had Škodra Electronica with a song Zirm.
Yeah. I think we all know, right, what we're raising?
Do we raise with 3? Like how?
1,
Should we just do it?
3.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Well, unanimous.
Škodra.
Good start, guys.
Good start. Very easy. Hopefully it will be a bit more entertaining moving forward. So apologies.
Did we comment? No, because we all agree.
We all agree. I mean, we
it's
loved
miles ahead. Yeah.
Miles like
Okay, the second.
Škoda.
Oh, like the cars.
Yeah,
okay.
because it's miles.
We're not doing
miles.
that again. People did not appreciate
we like
the jokes.
that band. We like it.
Second, Armenia. Last year we had Yako with the song La Daniva. And this year we had what felt completely opposite performance of Park with the song Survivor, really surviving some kind of gym workout on the stage. But I welcome your vote.
Oh, okay. First disagreement.
That's interesting because Katrina, last year you were really complimentary of this.
Yeah. I was. But if we judge only
raw man powerfulness,
if you only judge the final performance in the final, I think Park left a bigger impact than La Daniva.
Would you say it's a high impact?
It was a high impact,
high intensity,
high intensity.
Interval. Training.
All of them. I think I probably liked La Daniva's song initially more. But yeah, if we were to only judge the final, I liked what Park did on the stage.
Yeah, the performance was definitely elevated by staging, but La Daniva felt like a bit more unique.
Yeah, I would say probably a better song, or at least felt like a better song. More interesting song. So obviously, yes, Park definitely delivered on stage, should we all say.
But we have a clear majority.
We have a clear majority.
Although she did not have a muddy chest.
I think that's a plus. Why not?
Yes, that's a plus. So you were criticizing her performance. I'm saying at least she did not have the mud.
Yeah.
That's a win for her.
Sure.
That's my input.
Mindful when you're running on a treadmill.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. I feel like in that context, mud would actually be explainable because they had this like village kind of aesthetic.
Oh, yes. Actually,
this performance, the mud is less obvious.
You're in a gym, bro. Like,
it's true. Where did he fall? Yeah. She could have been in nature. Yeah, it's
exactly. True. Great start. Cool.
Okay.
Next, we are moving to Australia.
Oh.
And last year we had Electric Fields with a song One Milk Kali. And this year we had Milkshake Man. Sorry. We have Gojo with the song Milkshake Man.
He is the Milkshake Man.
We had the
Milkshake Man.
Both performances did not qualify to the final. So, on equal weighting in some ways. But let's guess which one was better. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Even with his voice, we chose this.
I know. I'm quite surprised. I was struggling when I was thinking because I feel like One Milkali was a nice song, and I think they sang it well on the stage, but I just couldn't remember the stage at all. And Milkshake Man, much as you want, I remember the Milkshake Man.
Very memorable. And I don't think it's just recency bias. I think we will remember that performance and that song and his whole attitude for years to come.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the songs that you may kind of play in years to come in your kind of Eurovision playlists or Eurovision road trips, like we just had one this weekend. So whilst One Milkali I'd never played since last year, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Good, cool. Let's go next. Let's go to Austria.
Oh.
Well, you may be surprised, but Austria won this year. I thought that's a funny joke, but it's not. Anyway, last year they didn't win. Although Kalin was inviting everybody to rave with a song "We Will Rave," and JJ invited us, I don't know, to feel sad about love with a song called "Wasted Love."
Yes.
I'll invite you a difficult choice today to make which song is better.
Really?
Yes.
Guys,
controversial. Controversial.
I remember how we felt after the performance.
Okay.
And I would like you to explain yourselves because you're moving away from everything that you said in the last year towards the end.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I might have phrased this given my connection with the song up until the final. I just clicked with the song better and I joined it more up until the final. To be fair, that's probably the case.
Yeah, but I mean, Austria's his live performance, I don't think it swayed me in any way either. I think the recording sounds better too. So
how did the Kalin's performance on the final stage?
It didn't sound good.
I mean,
could you already picking up at the
Sorry.
Could you please recall the performance for me?
Yeah, she was shiny, like wearing these scales and lights, and she had a braid and
she was there. Yes,
dancing. She was there. She was there. She sang the song. It was a song. She sang the song.
It was definitely a song, one of the songs in Eurovision.
It was her and dancers.
Yeah, but to be fair, live, it had no impact.
Zero impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
and JJ, you can say what you want about the staging, but his vocal performance was flawless, and it is kind of a singing competition in the end.
I don't know what you on. I like the staging more than the song. I know a lot of people criticize it, but actually I quite liked it as well.
So thank you for coming to our side. And August, you're staying?
I'm staying.
At the rave.
I'm staying. JJ song, I mean, great voice, but it just never really touched me, I think. The higher he goes, the more I just can't hear a word that he's saying. And
fair enough. And in all fairness, I remember obviously our last year, Kalin she wasn't sort of first or anything. She was quite high rated amongst our group as a group, I would say, because we enjoyed the song itself.
Yeah.
So I understand how a vote could have
for me, Kalin is guilty pleasure, and JJ I just would never listen to. So
fair enough.
It's a scientific input in the scientific study, just purely based on vibe.
I'll put this to annotations.
Purely based on vibe, but very scientific.
Yes, that metrics are
metricing.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to Azerbaijan next.
Oh.
Interesting choice.
And Azerbaijan, this last year. Oh, sorry for what I will do now. Pare with feet, not like feet. Featuring Ilkin Dovlatov.
With feet.
With feet.
And I cannot read my own writing every time. Ozumle apa?
Ozumle apa.
Apologies. I did write it down, but anyway, maybe I was having a bad time. It was on the train, so sorry. And this year we had Maga Mama with Run With You. Let's vote.
Well, Battle of Titans, guys.
Oof.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Oof.
Okay.
But are we really putting our feelings aside and just if we never listened to the song before the final and we were just judging how we felt about it during the final.
Yep.
That's the only
That's
thing.
how I'm voting.
Okay. Let's get out of this. Okay, could you put your hand up?
Okay.
Hands up.
Wow.
I think what swayed is final performance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I loved Run With You. I listened to it a lot to compare to some other songs this year. But the final performance was very disappointing.
Very weird vocal.
Well, not the final, the semi-final.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike the previous year song as well, so it was not my top. I don't remember, at least I don't think so, but it wasn't like I didn't rate it very low. Like I found some enjoyment in watching it, and he could sing and perform quite well, and I think that performance suited the song as well on the stage.
And don't forget
Ilkin
Dovlatov.
So memorable.
And honestly, we could just
iconic. Iconic.
But I would like to hear your views.
Yeah, just last year's song. I don't think it stuck with me back then, and I still don't. It just had it. It left no mark, and even though, Magamama, the performance was. I don't know what happened to him. Did he comment on this year's why he was, or what was that a good performance in his eye? But he just felt like he was out of breath, and it was not. I don't know.
Just
squeezed. He felt squeezed.
Yeah.
But even with that, I still like that song more.
I like
maybe
that song.
The melody. Maybe
the studio version. Love it.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. But I just the final performance and it wasn't for me. Okay, next we are going to Belgium. And Belgium last year had Musti with a song Before the Party is Over. And indeed, the party was over after the semi-final.
Prematurely. Yeah. But
however, in the same fashion, Red Sebastian had Strobe Lights. And that didn't help to get to the final either.
Not a strong streak for Belgium.
Yes. Both of the songs were big actually in fandom. Were not bad in the odds. But Belgium, let's see, actually was quite high in the odds. But yeah, that didn't help. So. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Well, in all fairness, I was on the line for this one. So tell me, go.
I was also. I think Belgium, Red Sebastian, I think he did improve his performance, and maybe props to the effort. But I just I still liked Musti's energy and the soul of his song, even if he didn't deliver it as good as he could have. And I think on the day he looked sick, if I remember correctly. His eyes were glossy. Looked nervous. But still, I liked it more. Red Sebastian feels like a package that I never really fully got.
Yeah, I see August's points in all fairness.
Same. I really liked Musti and I liked the song.
Yeah. But probably I would listen to Strobe Lights a bit more on my own, I would say. So that's what swayed my vote, not much else in all fairness.
And I was really impressed by Red Sebastian's staging more so than Musti's.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it was a package that was worth to qualify. With Musti, I was a bit disappointed. And when he didn't qualify, I was more surprised because of where it was placed in the odds rather than the performance in itself. With Red Sebastian, I kind of believed in the performance, like this is definitely going to qualify, and it didn't. That was the shock rather than, well, obviously the odds was also
so
a shock.
You want to right that wrong.
Yeah, I'm putting it ahead.
Green card.
Yeah.
Good. Next, Croatia. And last year, it was. Wait, hold on.
Obviously.
What?
Poison
last
cake,
year was Baby Lasagna with Rim Tim Tagidim.
It's funny that it's lasagna and cake again. I realized we covered this one.
This year was Marko Bošnjak with Poison Cake. Loads of food-related entries coming from Croatia.
Much more interesting comparison would be 2024 Baby Lasagna versus 2025 Baby Lasagna. The Eurodance performance.
performance was amazing.
Or
Best thing of the night.
Croatia 26 performance, spaghetti meatballs. That will be a banger.
But
This is the kind of humor that our commentators don't understand.
or their co-hosts.
Let's go to the vote.
Wait, sorry.
Hey, careful.
Even though I have it written.
That's why we have it written down. You need to read.
Duh.
For the listeners on Spotify.
And we had a mnemonic way to remember as well. Green for Switzerland being really green and yellow.
For Sweden having colors.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
And yellow. Were you about to offer the explanation?
Just yellow.
I don't remember what feature of a nature was yellow and
of the flag.
But yes, neither the numbers nor the colors helped. But Katrina managed to get there.
It's of course.
I think there's not a lot of to
not much to discuss here. No. Oh, baby lasagna. Miss you.
No, don't embarrass yourself with the Gen Z heart.
Next is Cyprus. And Cyprus last year sent Celia Kapsis with a song Liar.
Underage.
And this year, what is this called?
No comment. Gerda was looking at me and winking.
This year was Theo Evan with a song. With a song.
with a dong dong. Okay.
Theo Evan with a song.
Jeez.
Or hush when singing in his song. Good. Let's go. Let's vote.
Let's vote. Voting green.
Yeah.
Simona keeping the suspense.
Easy.
Even the haters were convinced.
We were never the haters. We were not as supporting as you were.
Which is called being a hater.
But for me, it was the performance that really piqued my interest. Because I had heard the song in my car. I had heard the song on Spotify on my headphones. But once I saw the performance and him saying something, the bloodstream and full lighting, I thought,
yeah. The eye contact. Robbed.
I think the performance was really, really great as well. The Liar song it felt a bit generic.
Yeah.
And it's just a person dancing and singing.
I'm surprised it did as well as it did, to be fair.
Did
it go to the final?
It went.
Did very well.
What a world, huh?
Okay.
Go.
Next, Czechia. And Czechia sent last year Aiko with a song Pedestal. And this year they sent Adonis with Kiss Kiss Goodbye.
Okay, unanimous again. Adonis for the win.
In all fairness, though, Aiko really improved their performance on stage in the final. I really enjoyed the performance much more than before. So you could see a really great progression.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. I was actually a bit I was thinking whether it's recency bias or whether it's biased towards the song that did better in terms of the studio version. Because Adonis the performance was a bit disappointing, whilst Aiko really improved the performance.
I enjoyed it. I don't know what you're talking about.
About the timing issue where he forgot to sing the song?
I just felt sorry for him, but I still enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think, in all fairness, Adonis delivered his voice exactly as in studio, and that was most of the appeal for me in the song. So I had to give the vote for that.
It was an unfortunate moment, but yeah, he's such a great singer.
That's
a Freudian slip.
Scientific and objective debate here.
You guys didn't hear the slip.
There is no bias here at all.
Yeah, that was a Freudian slip a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. Yeah.
No more questions.
Next, Denmark.
Oh.
Denmark likes one word. And last year's Saba's word of the day was sand. And this year's Cesal's word of the day was hallucination.
Sure.
Yes. So we can vote.
Easy
peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Cesal nailed it. I loved it. I loved everything.
Yeah.
such a good, how you call it?
Her song. What?
Charisma?
Loved charisma. No, charisma. Guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
I loved it.
Also, somebody said her voice, I think my girlfriend said her voice is like Adele. And I didn't realize it until the final.
Does that mean our voices also sound like Adele because we kept on repeating, trying to impersonate her?
I don't know if that
Listen.
works.
Hallucination! Is that Adele?
Was that?
What is
Did
it?
somebody just play a recording of Adele?
Is that
Top
rolling
notch.
in the deep here that I hear?
I think viewers want a duet between me and Gerda. Okay, another day.
It has to come naturally.
Okay,
Let's move
let's
on.
go there. Okay.
Cool. Well done, Cecile, again on qualifying. That was a great thing.
Iconic.
Cool. Okay, so this one will be even harder. Before I was struggling already with Azerbaijan. Next we have Estonia.
Oh.
And Estonia last year had 5 minutes and pull up with the song Narkotiku Mindest
Good attempt.
Good effort.
The drug song.
Yeah,
yes,
the drug
yes,
song.
the drug song, as people call it. Whilst Tom Cash this year had a espresso macchiato. So
A different kind of drug.
A different kind of drug. People say that coffee is a drug.
Okay.
Okay.
Time to cast our votes.
That's
1,
revealed.
2, 3.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Wow,
24.
indeed.
Yeah.
Justify.
I mean, the drug song, I don't think it was ever funny to
I
me.
feel like you were lying all last season.
It
No.
was not funny.
No, I
it
didn't
was
say I
fun.
liked it.
Yeah.
I
Difference
was
between funny
having
and fun.
so much fun. I wanted to dance with them and join their party.
Don't know. I never got it. I think
And you got espresso macchiato?
no, but in the scale of not getting and like slightly entertained, espresso macchiato edges
Okay.
over for me.
Entertained you more.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
that's fair.
The whole dance and I never thought it was that funny.
Not funny, fun.
Oh, yeah. God.
Or
You sound like one of our commentators.
Nah.
Katrina, what happened?
Because it was not supposed to be funny. You are just having fun.
It's not
with
a
them.
joke song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a joke.
There is a lot of meaning behind it.
Yeah,
It's not-
it's like a social
it's not a
commentary
funny
on
song, it's a
Estonia's
fun
social
song.
struggles, and
Well, maybe espresso macchiato is also a commentary on the whole world's social struggles of coffee
on
intake
Italian stereotypes.
or intake of coffee.
Anyway.
Okay. Any other opinions on why? Well, I heard Katrina's. Gerda, do you have opinion on Estonia?
No, I agree. It was more fun for me to listen to that song and vibe along. And the fact that 5 minutes and Pull Up couldn't sing bothered me less than Tommy Cash not being able to sing.
And their song didn't really require a lot of sort of singing as such. While Tommy Cash, the first notes are meant to be sang, I suppose. And, he didn't really do that well, I would say.
Yeah. I would make another argument in my case. His dance was cooler than the 5 minutes and pull up dance.
I mean, it's
more memorable in
yeah,
your forever in Eurovision history.
Yeah.
So
0 points. But,
like
but
both
you've
fun
been
songs,
overruled.
not funny, fun. But Tommy Cash more fun for me, but not. I don't like it.
Okay, that's all right. You've lost in any case, so
Okay, doesn't matter.
That's all right.
It's a
Everyone has
futile-
opinions, and your opinion
But
is wrong.
no, it's not about. It's not about winning. It's about
it
the
is
fight.
about winning.
Oh.
So you're just saying that because you've lost
Yeah,
quite a
to
few
control
now.
myself. Okay.
No, I'm joking. I understand your points.
No, I'm joking.
Next, Finland. And last year was Windows 90 Finland with the song No Rules. And this year, Erika Wilkman with the song Ich komme. Rule breaking, you may say, as well.
Wow.
But anyway, I remember last year people were really supporting of Windows 95
Yeah,
man.
this is a tough decision.
It is tough.
1, 2, 3.
I did expect this to happen. I did expect August to do 24. No, August really loved
I liked
song.
it. It was in my I think it was my number 2.
Yeah.
I just thought it gave me so much joy.
If it went any other way, I would be surprised. I think this is very much in line with expectations.
At least August is true to himself.
Yeah.
I follow my heart.
No, you are.
Yeah, I feel like Windows 95 was great performance. Great, great play that we saw basically on the stage. Erica had more of a cheeky song, which and sang better. And managed to
be perfectly fair, the guy in Windows 90, the other guy, not the Windows 95 man, the blonde guy, he sang really well.
High register.
The other one also sang.
But one out of 2 in the duet sang really well.
Yeah, but the other one didn't, so it doesn't help.
Yeah, but you're kind of just brushing it off.
Okay, fair enough. Half of her performance was well sang.
But Erica's chorus, she doesn't even sing.
I know, but she sings the rest of the song. I mean, I feel like she herself, with not many props, I would say, managed to capture much more attention rather than the other performance.
A lot of props.
Yeah, they use so much, which is great because it was so entertaining.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. But
that's why I think Erica won.
Erica is fascinating. She is a complete rock star, like I always say, and I'm just mesmerized by her.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Moving to France.
Oh.
And France last year had Slimane with the song Mon Amour, and this year we had Luan with the song Maman. So classic French style, 2 ballads going one against each other, with very broad and close to heart topics. 1, 2, 3. No, that's stupid.
Not fair.
This is not.
I want to be persuaded, guys. I want to hear your arguments.
Disqualified. Okay.
I want to be
persuaded. No, that's not how it works.
It's the only song where I put same in my mind.
This is not according to the rules.
That was not introduced as part of the rules.
From now on, if any of you tries, you're out of a podcast forever.
No, but at least Gerda instigates the debate. So that's good. She wants to be convinced.
Yeah, Fun format. What did the people who managed to make up their mind, as Per told before?
Okay.
Slimane.
You explain yourself.
Explanation. First, stronger voice. Second, better melody. Third, sticks in my mind even up until now. Fourth, no prop fail, like IBS.
But no props altogether as well.
A shiny costume. Camera work.
The shiny costume wasn't there, I think, or was it there in the final performance?
I think it was, no?
I thought it was in the video.
No, fair. Less effort in the props, but just more, when it comes to a ballad, when it has a nice melody, I appreciate it. Not, I don't have to do this again.
Yeah, you've done.
I've done this.
Okay. The moms?
It's just how I felt, watching that final performance. It really touched me. It triggered a lot of emotions in me. It made my eyes teary. And I found her usage of the sand prop actually very innovative and rather cool. Like, I really appreciated that. I'm not sure I would say her voice is any weaker. Of course, she didn't have a big vocal moment, I guess, like Slimane had when he stood away from the mic. That was very impressive. Like, you must give it to him. But overall, I think she has a very clean and beautiful voice as well. And with regards to the melody, for me, it's even. Like, I remember both of the melodies evenly, I would say.
And I think you need to consider what melody sort of suits what kind of song. I felt like Luan's song and the melody that sort of build up of Mama and sort of the sound you made. I think it suited the song. I think it gave it felt sensitive. It felt like it's emotional. It felt like, exactly, it's like mom, like imagine I don't know. I kept imagining myself. I'm gonna tear up now, maybe, of something happening that and calling your mom constantly. And I just, I really connected to the performance on stage. I felt like the usage, like you said, of sand, it is actually innovative. I understand the overlooking of the IBS meme.
But I wouldn't call it malfunction. It wasn't intended like that. They just, didn't think about consequences.
Overlooking, I would say.
Yeah.
But and I found it really nice. It created a nice sort of stage presence. And I've already commented what I would have changed in my view. But I felt much more emotional to the song rather than a song about monomer. And also really, I didn't like the start of Slimaine's performance where he was just lying and sort of looking at the camera seductively.
Yeah, that was cringe.
That is true.
This may be the deciding point.
One may say that Lawrence was more sort of tasteful.
But it gave grounds for many memes, Gerda.
Yeah. I mean, France just always keeps on giving memes to us. I think the points that stood out to me, the big vocal moment in Slimaine's performance was definitely really memorable. I remember getting goosebumps when we heard it live for the first time. But you're right that it was a bit cringe, maybe in terms of the staging. I didn't connect to the song as much as Maman, so maybe I'll go with you girls. I'll do it 25.
All right, choice.
See how it is.
One may say.
Girls with girls. Guys have to fight
Snakes
the battle.
Be snaking.
Good, cool. Going next to Germany. And Germany.
Did you forget Georgia?
No, it's next. Germany. The song was last year Isaac with a song Always on the Run, 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 Run. And this year it was Aber and Tina with a song of a lot of repeating of one word as well. Interesting patterns, but I'll allow people to vote.
Obsessed with the song. It's charting in most European countries.
And the final performance was also a big improvement on the semi, so points for that extra.
Yeah, really great staging. For a sort of clubby song, very hard to stage well unless you put like a DJ and that's it. But I feel like we improved. We all enjoyed the fact that the stereo thingy somebody had to push to make the look.
Boom, boom.
Very great. Yeah, vocals are sort of interesting, and I will continue being good conversation item. Isaac vocals were crazy good. But overall much more entertaining.
And she was pretty as well. I think that's a...
I'm not sure we should...
I don't think
that should be a factor.
It's a factor.
Yeah. I feel like it was a factor with Czechia.
No,
it was the voice.
This is a good catch, Gerda. Thank you. Opa. Moving on.
Next we have George.
We have Georgia. Okay. Last year it was Nutsa Buza.
That's it.
Buzadace.
Commentators will not
rip you
let
apart.
the slide. Will rip us apart.
Imagine
and you call yourselves Eurovision professionals and experts.
I wrote it down correctly. I just cannot read it.
The funny
you should
thing
know
is,
it by heart.
And the song is Firefighter. Like a firefighter.
Don't want to fire.
So everybody's aware that I know the song. And this year it was Mariam Shengelia with a song Freedom.
Let's vote.
1, 2, 3.
Easy.
Peasy. Lemon squeezy.
I really enjoyed her live performance, and it was so energetic.
Yeah,
it was great watch. Supported the song.
It felt fire.
Yeah, it was a good song. I mean, her when she was allocating votes this year, that part was a bit too long. I was like, I'm gonna mark that down for.
What did she do? What did she say?
she had like the longest, and she kept like dropping in firefighter into like her announcement. Like she did it like 2 times, and I'm like, we get it. Yes, you're the same person.
It was not even like those mentions were not even well constructed puns. They were very random without any meaning.
I think she did once. She then thought maybe people didn't get it. So do it again.
Oh, if I repeat, then we'll laugh.
That's a common technique on this podcast.
Yeah.
But she didn't bring out the extinguisher, at least.
She just brought more fire.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Next, we're going to Greece.
Oh.
And you have last year Marina Sati with a song Zari. And this year you have Claudia with a song Esteromata. 1, 2, 3.
Go. Wow.
Focus again.
Feel sorry, Focus.
Oh, yeah, me
it's
too.
okay. Do we need to discuss, or I just lose and we move on?
No,
discuss.
No, it's
Defend
okay.
yourself.
No, it's fine.
You must
You're
have made a choice on the basis of something.
Yeah, I think the song is just, I think it works. I don't know how to explain. I
Which
just
one?
think
This year?
this year's. Yeah. And last year's was a bit messy, and the performance was underwhelming. Just felt a bit like a mishmash.
Mm-hmm.
And Esteromata was just a pretty ballad with, even though it had the wheels under that rock.
Never forget.
But still,
the prop wheels visible. Yeah.
But still, I just thought it was similar to Yamala's kind of Yamala-ish moment for me.
Yeah, for me, like maybe that's what's brought it lower in my mind, because it just felt like a combination of various well-performing songs from the past, like the Yamala kind of the tree, the rock from last year's Ukraine. It just felt like a lot of like mishmash of things that worked well
Ukraine
in the past.
And Serbia.
Yeah, so I was just like, I don't know. Like, I know it did really well. It's a nice song. But I feel like 24 song was at least trying something different.
It's very unique.
Ended up being a bit messy in the end, but it was attempting something.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gerda. Iceland. Last year it was Hera Björk with Scared of Heights, and this year it was Web with Roya.
Vibe. They're a vibe. Vibe.
1, 2, 3.
I'm kidding. Joke.
I was like,
nothing of sound of something scared of heights. Okay, I'm calling. Ooh. All right. But yeah, I like her passion.
I mean, both very passionate performances.
Yeah, passion. Good.
This year was just fun. It was pure fun. Well-constructed fun.
A bit less generic, I guess.
Yeah. In terms of performance.
From another generation also.
And in Icelandic. Thank you, Iceland.
Thank you,
true,
Iceland.
True.
Good. Next. Ireland. And last year it was Bambi Thug with Doomsday Blue.
This one is difficult.
And this year it was Like a Party.
Oof. Guys, weigh this decision carefully.
No discussions, right?
Yeah,
this is
we need to explain.
David Goliath kind of fight.
Yeah, especially with that final
Maybe
performance.
we should explain to the Spotify listeners. It was last year's
last year's,
it was a landslide.
Yes. Yes, Bambi.
Especially with the effort that she put into that performance in the final, right? The like shots, the camera, the
so good,
amazing staging.
Makeup.
Yeah.
Cool. Next we'll do Italy. And Angelina Mango, La Noi, versus Lucia Corsi, Volevo essere un duro.
This one is really difficult
1,
for me.
2, 3.
Ooh, yes.
I'm sorry, Angelina. I'm sorry, Angelina. Please.
I'm not sorry. I never connected to that song. Yeah. So I was not connected to it before the grand final. So naturally, nothing happened in the grand final for me to suddenly connect with it in any particular way. Obviously, she's amazing. Vocals amazing. Performance was great. Although maybe nothing really stood out for me in that performance. But yeah, with Lucio, I just really, just like with France's song this year, it really touched me, and I love the message. I love the the lyrics of the song, so poetic.
The simplicity.
I liked. And the genre of the music. I just found it more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, and Sanremo, when he finishes that song, the last note that he sings, he says Lucio, I think, and he thinks to say something else, but then he like holds himself back and moves away and nods himself as if, he has this humility that's super, super nice to see.
Yeah.
I liked it. And Angelina in Sanremo, she was like a hurricane running around
and
dancing.
Character, yeah.
And I liked her in Sanremo, but in the Eurovision stage, she didn't maybe shine as much more as I thought she may in the end.
Yeah, the staging, I don't know, I didn't see as much of a problem with staging as maybe people here on the internet saw, but definitely didn't feel as powerful as in Sanremo, where her charisma just shone through, and like that was the main character. I feel like on the Eurovision stage, she kind of vanished in between all the other kind of props and dancers and so on. But for me, like the song, I just really like the song. For me, I know we always talk about 24 Eurovision as being between Switzerland and Croatia, but for me, she was in the running for the win. Like, it was always the top three rotating. I was never sure which one I liked the most. And whilst I really like this year's performance by Lucio, I never put it so high up. Like, it was always like a nice song to listen, really good message, but I never really liked it that much.
Yeah. It was original. The rhythm kept changing, and she was rapping and singing and dancing, and it was so like dynamic and playful.
Yeah, and so charismatic, just again sort of similar to Erika this year, just being there herself and being very capturing all the attention. That's why I don't necessarily appreciate the final performance as much as well, because I felt like some of them dancers, I felt like nothing needed for me personally. But I just love the song. Such a good song. Very different song from maybe Italy's most of the Sanremo songs and sort of the songs that are being sung. Very original. Really puts a different spin on Italian culture and music scene. And I just enjoyed it, and I listened it outside of Eurovision and within Eurovision, and therefore, I just really, really loved it.
Yeah.
So how do we settle it? Physical fight, or what's
I feel
the plan?
that August feels stronger, was closer to 50-50 towards the other country.
Yeah, I mean,
and none of you guys were as close to 50-50.
I would be 50-50 if, again, we're considering just the grand final performance. But I think because I'm also considering the song as a whole, not just the grand final performance.
Yeah, and the grand final performance does include the song. It's part of the performance. It's not just the staging.
Yeah. So
can this not end in a 50-50?
No.
Maybe. No?
Nothing in life ends in 50-50.
Really?
I think Italy's performance this year is a nice performance, but it's not like I wouldn't say base it that sort of, I don't know, it just didn't make me sort of, I haven't had as much of an impact. I like the subtitles. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel, I suppose, as impact. So I wouldn't be close to 50-50.
Yeah, no, I think it feels strong. Like 2.5 points for 24, 1.5 points for 25. So yeah. Fair enough.
Are you switching?
I mean, I don't want to bury Lucio. I would never.
Not burying. We loved that. Like, great performances.
Well, if the point has to go, I concede.
But I feel like August needs a win today.
No, I don't need a win.
August hasn't got a win today.
Okay.
I feel like I want to give August a win.
No, it's fine.
No, I don't. So.
We don't need both to change our opinion.
I don't need.
I don't need. August will get a win in our way.
I don't need. It's not about me. About Lucio. Not about me.
Okay.
It's okay.
So we're saying 24.
I would say.
I think we need to be scientific and fair. So.
Yeah, which is 50-50, and we don't count this country.
No, that destroys the method.
No, just aggregate the total points. This is 0.
Are we gonna do what rock paper scissors or something?
No, I don't risk Lucio like that.
Okay, I'll switch to 25.
You will?
Simo will not speak to me for a week now, but I will make a switch.
Nice. That's unexpected.
Okay, next we go to Latvia.
Do we want to comment on what happened?
I don't have anything else to say. I feel like it's just anyway.
No, on the light, like people watching this will be like,
"Oh, I thought on the Italy."
Is this a new day?
People who are not.
Day.
It's a new life. It's alive with the beating of.
No, it's just got dark and
we don't need copyright issues, okay, guys?
You think we were singing so close that they're gonna flag?
I just wanted you to stop.
I think my Adele's hallucinations will be flagged for copyright.
Cool. So, regarding the lights, apologies. The day has passed, so we had to turn on the light. Spotify people,
apologies. The sun set.
Thank God you haven't noticed the difference. So, let's go next to Latvia. And last year we have Dance with the song "Hollow." And this year we had Totumaitas with the song Burman Laimi. 1, 2, 3.
Easy.
Spectacular performance this year.
For Spotify listeners, we just voted for this year's Totumaitas.
Yes, love the performance.
But happy for Dance last year, nevertheless. Very, very happy.
Very happy.
Good. Next, Lithuania.
I think this might be spicy.
And last year, we had Sylvester Belt with the song Look Delk. And this year, we had the Catharsis with the song Tavo Akis. Or Tavo! Anyway. 1, 2, 3.
No. Simona said no.
She said you're going to be kicked out of the podcast if anyone does that.
Okay.
You were already got on my nerves.
Oh. Now I'm
and now
double?
you're doing this. No, you're supposed to choose.
Yeah,
we said that you'll choose. So you choose.
Okay, you guys make arguments and then I'll choose.
No. No, you just choose.
It only works once and I already used it.
You use that card.
Yes.
Okay,
so we have a discussion.
We can still argue around.
All right, it's 2v2.
2v2?
2v2.
Oh, and we have to win again.
Yes.
Okay.
But we'll do it.
At least you're both on your one side, so it's going to be easier.
Okay.
You're not like betray as much.
Look, fans, begin.
Fans of both songs. I listened to Look Talk much more. I danced to Look Talk, and it is, I sort of enjoyed it in that sense a bit more. And hence I picked Look Talk, although I like Catharsis and Tavakis, but I didn't dance much to that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I it was very, very hard for me as well to choose. If we are, I guess, just isolating everything to the final performances, I enjoyed Look Talk more in the context of Eurovision. It felt more suitable. It energized me. It was very clean. I enjoyed the dancing. I enjoyed the choreography, the light, the music, the song was very catchy. I wanted to move. But then again, Catharsis this year was very impactful as well. But I think in the context of Eurovision, it didn't feel as natural for such a song to be in Eurovision as it was for Look Talk. Is that a good thing? It might be actually a good thing, but I don't know. I had to make a decision. Leave me alone.
Sounds like we have one person that we can convince. Yeah, for me, the staging of Look Talk on the Eurovision stage was not as impactful as Catharsis. Catharsis, I was just not mesmerized. I think that's the wrong word, but I wanted to watch it. It was very intense and impactful. The whole kind of background shot, the video, the rocks kind of crumbling and like that intensity was not like it was something that no other song showed for me in that.
There was a rock.
No, in terms of like everything falling apart, right? That impact. I didn't get that impact with Luktelk. Luktelk was a fun song to dance to. It was a fun song to listen. But in terms of the staging, it was like, I don't know. I don't really remember staging that well at all, to be honest.
The shoulder, the color scheme, that the first initial opening, you do remember it.
Yeah, but it wasn't as impactful. It didn't carry through the whole song for me. Like, it was like, yeah, we knew the dance. Like, it was fun to listen to. And also, like, no disrespect to Luktelk, right? Like, I love the song. This is the battle of two titans for me.
Yeah.
But for me, like, watching Catharsis was like, wow. I was like, this is really impactful. And people like it or hate it, but it definitely stood out as something different. Like Katrina said, it didn't fit in Eurovision as naturally as maybe Luktelk did, but that's why I liked it, because it was something completely different. And, you know, we never had that type of genre before in Eurovision, and we may not get it again. It was a bold choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
For me, I think it came down to maybe the soul, maybe, or you could call it the message, but maybe you could call it the blue wells of Catharsis' eyes, or just the serious way that they carried themselves, the honest way. I agree with Katrina that maybe it was not as natural in a Eurovision context, but as a song, I just think I was proud of it maybe a little bit more. I was proud of Sylvester and still am, because he was current and fresh. But I think if I'm honest in the performance, maybe the best part of Sylvester's song was that where it slows down and he's intonating with, and then it's a bit melodic because he shows his voice. But that's the only part. It was like a few seconds for him actually singing. Otherwise, it's I don't know if I Luktelk. Maybe it's also recency bias, and maybe I'm not thinking of the message of Luktelk, but it seemed a bit more far-fetched even at the time.
I think there was a message, and he was talking about it, sort of
state in between,
and stuff like that.
Uncertainty, or some sort of being caught in between something. Love,
like person leaving and not leaving.
I feel like what was nice with Luktelk, and I do enjoy, like I said, enjoyed Catharsis and Tavakis and everything. I felt more. I felt the support from the fandom and the live hearing of Luktelk was more impactful, because everybody would shout with you in sort of Luktelk, and a bit more dancey, and in the same fashion than even watching Eurovision with friends. We would all dance to it around and sort of support and shout and sing the song. And I know it's because that kind of song is more suited for maybe that kind of support, but that really left an impact to me, and partly why I chose as well, because it was more pleasurable to support the song, I would say.
I changed my opinion.
Did my argument just make you change your mind?
I just thought, and that's like going against what I said myself, but also what Simona just said. It's what we said is absolutely true, but that's what makes Catharsis and Tavakis so unique, because there are more songs to which we want to dance and sing along, but there weren't that many songs to which we just sit in silence and just with our eyes wide open and look into his eyes and like, So it's a very unique experience. I guess I have to give it to them. Sorry, Simona, for betraying.
That's okay. Don't care anymore.
You're all dead to me.
Lost the podcast and friendships today. Anyway, moving forwards. Cool. Next, Luxembourg. We had last year we had Tali with Fighter. This year we have Laura Thorne with Le Poupée Monteleson. 1, 2, 3. You're just watching our vote. Can you just put a vote on?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Just because of the.
Okay, 2024, The Fighter.
I what I remembered was la 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 la, and then I praised this one.
Yeah.
I mean, though Tali did bring out a tiger or some sort.
I
the tiger effect.
But it's so cringe.
The tiger effect.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the song. It felt more current. I enjoyed the song a bit more.
Cool. Next is last year's Malta's performance. So Malta is next. And it was Sara Bonici with the song Loop. And this year it was Mariana Conte with the song Serving Something. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that was...
Feels like
that
a big
didn't
sign.
feel like an easy one. I felt like there were similar songs, like they were kind of girly, dancey bops, right?
Yeah. For me, it wasn't like, oh, of course, this year. I had to stop at Thing, but I guess this year is a bit more iconic.
Yeah,
cool.
She's more memorable.
Next is the Moldova versus Montenegro in this case, because they didn't participate in sort of the same year. And representing Moldova on one side of the ring, we have Natalia Barbu with a song In the Middle. And yes, with violence and deep hate for Ireland's performance, clearly. And on the next side, we have Nina Zicic, with the song Dobrodošli. And that is obviously representing Montenegro.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. But just do what you want. Like you don't have to disagree with us for the sake of.
No, I mean.
We were told to be prepared.
Okay. I get it. I wasn't sure either. Yeah. But for me, strangely, the thing that you mentioned, the things that she said about Ireland,
which shouldn't be a factor.
It shouldn't be a factor, but it kind of felt like a factor. Like I felt a little bit of a sour taste afterwards. So I was like, I don't really want to listen to the song again.
I don't really want to listen to either of the songs, but I have to give it to Nina's vocals this year.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Mind-blowing vocals. So that was the winning factor for me.
Same. And it seemed that Nina, when she was singing, she was really sort of passionate, and you could see she was really showcasing her emotions through the song, which was quite nice to see, even though I'm typically not supportive of those kind of songs. Good. Now, probably an easy one. I would make a note, but I don't want to
la 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 la.
I don't want to bias you by any chance. Last year was Gis Klein, Europapa. Didn't get to perform at the final, but nonetheless was very much indeed memorable. This year, Claude Selevi.
Oh, so fuck.
Sorry.
Always.
Sorry.
I also made a mistake.
Anyway,
I guess if we're judging on the grand final performance,
good point.
Technically, actually,
yeah, we're talking about Joost, by the way, for Spotify listeners.
Or to pronounce it correctly, Joost.
Yeah. I listened to the song to this day, so for me it was no-brainer.
No, absolute no-brainer.
Great performance.
Yeah,
great performance, great song.
Yeah. For me, it was between Europapa and Bibi Lasagna last year.
Okay,
you mentioned Angelina Mango.
I think he was the king that never was.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Norway.
Okay.
What else?
Last year, Gates with song Gate.
She hates us. She just really hates us now.
No, I hate myself. Ulvelham. Can you say it again?
Ulvelham.
Thank you. This year it was Kyle Alessandra with the song Lighter. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I'm not to see what you guys put up, so I'm not influenced. But I can be persuaded.
Yeah, I wasn't sure from this.
I can easily be persuaded.
No, I can also be persuaded.
Your vote is becoming useless. If you're on my team, I'm like, oh God, she's just going to run to the other team straight away. What's the point?
No, but I also ran. It's just all of your friends
everybody's running away from you. Anyway.
Or maybe you should also show some flexibility. And
it's not always black or white.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But today it is.
But in the instances of Italy, it was for me. With Luktelka, I wasn't fighting as much, but in Italy, I still hold grudges.
I feel I might be biased by the fact that this year Norway did fairly well and was a fan favorite. I think that might be influencing me from the fact that last year Norway
it was also
a
fan favorite, but didn't do well.
But didn't do true, but didn't do well at all. But it was a unique song. Also a bold move from Norway, if you're talking about bold moves.
Yeah. I think the boldness vote this way.
Yeah, I was a bit 50-50 because in terms of listenability of the song, I think I'm more likely probably to play lighter than Ulvelham. But bold move, kind of unexpected from Norway in terms of they tend to send kind of bops most of the time, and this wasn't, and it was very unique. For me, it kind of followed in the steps of Finland and kind of Gote. Now this year, maybe like Škodra Elektronike, were like kind of similar vibes, were like unique genres. So I just wanted to reward them for that. But I don't feel strongly I can persuade it by somebody who has strong opinions on this podcast.
Mama.
No, I just didn't connect to the Goethe song at all, and I didn't like it last year. I still don't like it. So for me, it was an easier choice because Kyle Alessandro, obviously, song is, a classic bop as such, but I enjoyed it. So that was sort of the all that I needed for me.
Probably enjoyed it more if I take my personal feelings into consideration.
Who else's feelings are you taking into account?
I'm thinking whether to be objective and award the bold move or take my personal experience of the song.
Personal.
Well, you have to choose, what personally was, if you were to award objectively bold, you could have argued for Angelina for bringing different Italy to the Eurovision stage, and we didn't.
Yeah.
So.
No, I enjoyed this year's Norway more. I like as a humble Eurovision viewer, I enjoyed this year's Norway more.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any doubts?
I mean, I didn't like either songs. I think his is a generic bop. At least for me, Goethe edged with the originality, and I do see that song, played in artsy movies about Vikings.
I would like some evidence, but anyway.
No, I see it hypothetically. Yeah. I don't know.
I'll flip because I want to keep this persona who keeps changing her mind. But I'll do 25.
I was ready to flip as well.
Okay,
no,
flip.
It's not both flip.
And then we're at 50-50.
Again. No, you said it first. You said it first.
Worthwhile.
Gerda said it first.
Yeah,
so
we'll
first. Take her flip first. The first
it's just
flip.
it's cute that he's 18 and he missed his final
already.
19 already, but he missed his final exams.
It's very cute.
But you couldn't see in terms of like any anxiety or stage fright on stage. So I'll give
a young age to perform so well.
And to miss your exams, that's also important.
So you're supporting young talent.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Now, Poland. Last year, Luna with the song Tower. This year, Justina with the song Gaia. I invite you to submit your votes. Oh God, okay.
Okay.
The dragon.
The dragon.
The dragon versus
the
a tower.
only reason why I was contemplating was because Luna's song was stuck in my head. Even though I said I didn't like it, but I'm the one who built the tower. It's really stuck in my head. But And the dragon song I don't really like as a song, but the dragon.
Stuck in your head for the wrong reasons, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, next we're going to Portugal. Yolanda with a song Grito last year. This year, Napa with a song Deslocado. Tum tum tum.
No brainer for me.
No brainer.
Completely not reflected in the results where
really?
She ended up being...
And we are saying that Napa Deslocado.
Yeah.
25.
She was in the top 10 whilst the Deslocado finished.
I remember the shock. Yes, she made it.
Eighth,
yes.
Yeah. So obviously Deslocado didn't even reach the left side of the table. But
yeah. But people like the song, and it's reflected by the fact that it's in most countries' top, like viral top 50 around Europe.
This year, you mean?
This year's song, yeah.
Good. Next, we're going to San Marino. Last year, it was Megara with a song 1111, I presume. This year, it was Gabri Ponte with a song Tutta Italia.
Tutta Italia.
Tutta Italia.
Tutta Italia. Tutta Italia. Tutta Italia.
Yes.
Good.
Guilty pleasure.
What a vibe.
Guilty pleasure.
What a vibe.
And what an undeserved result.
I mean, we qualified, and that's for San Marino already.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's true.
I was already seeing the signs of that kind of results when we obviously sang the song and like screamed at it during the grand final, and none of our friends seemed to join in.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No
they
one
were all
care.
just like staring and like filming us.
Yeah.
I thought it was a loud room and everybody was
No,
singing.
it was just us four.
Just us four,
Really?
Nobody else cared, and they were like, "Why?
man,
like
he
the
had
song
that-
is so like meh." And I'm like, "Really? Like this is the best song
Can
ever."
you not hear
Yeah.
or see?
And yeah, he had the Roman statue blowing the bubble and moving, and
Nobody cared.
it was good.
Good. Serbia next on our list. And last year it was, I will misspell it, Teodora with a song Ramonda. And this year it was Prince with a song Mila. Tum 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 tum.
I vote Shrek. Oh, debate.
But I can be easily.
I could also be persuaded.
Oh, so these two. Okay, that's the pattern, Simona.
What I'm seeing is that Sima and August don't really change their opinions.
Me and Simona have clarity.
I think Ramonda, I can still remember it now. And when I watched the recap, I remember vividly the song, the good voice, the sort of, the feeling that it brought. It wasn't my favorite song, but I actually appreciated the song quite a lot. And I don't remember, Katrina, but you didn't like the song for some reason. Whilst Prince Mila, I really enjoyed his costume, and I obviously was really jealous and love the hair too. But I don't know, I didn't connect. I didn't feel as emotional about the song, and I cannot repeat the song now again.
Mila.
Okay.
Mila.
Ramonda felt a bit more original and a bit more sensitive and sort of a bit more touching for me personally. But that's it. But I didn't hate Mila or anything.
I just have one thing to say, which for me, very similar songs generally was Torn, so I can be persuaded. But Ramonda felt a bit more modern than Mila. Mila felt very old school.
That is true.
Ballad.
And that's why I liked it. I like a bit of a Balkan ballad vibes in Eurovision. Just a tiny bit every year.
But you voted against Greece, and Greece is kind of very also similar vibes.
No, this year?
Yeah.
No, it's not a Balkan-y ballad. It's not. It's not.
I'm
It's
not
not.
gonna argue.
It's a modern. It's very
persuaded either
modern.
way.
Like I like this more of an old schooly Balkan-y, and I like the guitar solo when the guitar kicks in. I like that part a lot. And dragging someone by their legs on the stage, that was something new. I was like, ooh.
New, but
Points
is
for-
it necessary?
Yeah.
Points for originality. That's all I can say.
Points for creation of memes. Because
Point-
again,
yeah.
I felt like
memes
it
content.
was meant to be very impactful. but it was overshadowed by memes again.
It was overshadowed.
I've never seen those memes, but I bet what they could be.
They were basically saying, is Serbia going to wipe the floor after France's performance?
Yeah.
That's quite fun.
Funny.
Yeah. Okay, August, what was your thoughts?
I respect your argument, Simona, and I also think Gerda is right that Ramonda was more modern. So
are you coming to our side?
But I'm kind of tempted, but
come.
Oh no, I'm being pulled. But Ramonda, I don't know. It's kind of forgotten in my memory somewhere in the waves, and I never really think about it.
But 12 months ahead, will you be remembering Mila as much? Is it a recency bias that you're like favoring Prince because you remember it better?
But neither songs I like, and Ramonda, that whole melody is not stuck in my head, I think, as much as Mila, even with the recency. Pretty sure.
Like you have a recency bias, but okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. And his voice was good too. I think
Ramonda
probably
also.
stronger than hers.
What's a wide claim?
I agree. His voice was more impactful for me. I'm not saying she had a weak voice. She is an amazing vocalist, but I prefer Prince's voice.
It's your turn to change.
No, I can also change. I don't mind because I think the song is.
Let me see if
maybe more
I have any flexibility to change anywhere else.
If I have any flexibility.
No, you shouldn't be influenced by.
Well, I have to be because I'm being asked to.
No.
Wait, August is talking.
No. Yeah, on this one, I don't feel as strongly.
Okay, so can you change?
I can change.
Okay, so 24?
Yeah.
Okay, next we're going to Slovenia. Last year it was Raven with the song Veronica. This year it was Clement with the song How Much Time Do We Have Left Together? I'm sorry for everybody.
You've been speaking many languages. Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Thank you. I thought I would need to fight this fight.
I thought I would need to be persuaded and switch again, which would be like my third time already. So it's fine.
Nice.
I didn't like the song, but awarding originality and the boldness and her character, it just was a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I didn't like the song either. It wasn't my song, but I saw the originality and interest.
I like the song and the originality.
Perfect. Okay.
Double whammy.
So Gerda overruled.
Okay, overruled.
We don't even want to hear from you, Gerda.
Gerda, don't care. Move on.
That's fine.
Okay, Spain.
Oof.
I really hope I don't need to fight August on this one.
Okay.
Wait.
Last year it was Nebulosa with the song Zora. This year it was Melody with the song Essa Diva. And the vote goes as follows.
Nice. We all agree. Finally.
It's fair.
It's an hour
I listened
intro.
to it today also after recapping, and it was like it's old school, but they're self-aware that they're old school, and they're cool. They're still cool.
I loved it. This recap reminded me of that song, and I was like, such a great song.
Spain
quite original, no? For Spain, it wasn't like anything you would expect necessarily.
And she wasn't really a known singer, right? Zora. She just came out of nowhere or something.
I think she was well known. I thought she had like a reputation of being like, this
sort of character.
Yeah, and that's what she was playing at.
Okay, but I think she wasn't a famous like superstar.
Good. Next, Sweden. Last year we had Marcus and Martinez with the song Unforgettable. This year we had Kai with the song Barabada Bastu.
It's really a fight between Norway and Finland when you think about it. It's not even Sweden.
Sweden is not even there.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
She's unforgettable.
For listeners who can't see our cards, we didn't vote for that song. We voted for Barabada Bastu.
For the opposite, yes.
Barabada Bastu. But Simona did.
wanted, yeah.
Wow. I don't have a lot of strong sort of choice here. I applaud Bara Bada Basta and its performance on stage, and also ability to step out of a Swedish sort of pop song. So I completely agree with that, and I don't have any problems with that. But I just liked Marcus and Martina's song more, and I felt that their performance was great in terms of for that specific song on the stage. And I don't listen to Bara Bada Basta, and I would listen to Unforgettable from time to time, but I don't listen to any of them, in all fairness, often enough, I would say.
I would, but I don't.
But if a choice, I would listen more to Unforgettable.
But in all fairness,
Bara
Bada Basta is great, but it's just
it's a performance.
It's a great performance that I appreciated. But song-wise, I probably would prefer Unforgettable. But I don't have very strong opinions on a rare occasion like this.
But what is Eurovision? What is a song? What is life? What is the meaning? Is it performance? Is it song? Is it TV? Is it?
Well, we cannot not award Sweden for sending a song in Swedish and not sending a generic bop. Like we cannot not award them for that.
Yeah, this is a bit off topic, but every time I see the performance from Marcus and Martinus, I just remember August constantly saying, they're like 2 drops of water. They look the same.
I remember, they're like 2 little drops of water, and they're moving. Tum, 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 tum.
Okay, next, Switzerland. Last year, Nemo, Codes, surprise, they won. This year, Zoe and me, surprise, Voyage got 0 points from public. That was a surprise.
Sheesh. And so many from jury.
And such a difference with the jury. So surprising performances, you may say.
Just a lot of surprises.
Okay, cool.
Switzerland.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
no brainer, right?
Okay. Like amazing song.
They literally
I listen to this day. So good. Ukraine. Last year, Aliona and Jerry Heil with a song Teresa and Maria.
I think this one is clear.
This year is Zifferblad with Bird of Prey. 1, 2, 3.
Very strong run for 24.
So it seems like the whole group preferred Ukraine's Aliona and Leona last year's performance.
Of course.
Goosebumps to this day. Anytime I hear that song.
Cool. And an interesting one. UK.
Oh.
Last year, Ole Alexander with the song Dizzy. This year, Remember Monday. What the hell just happened?
Okay, let's vote.
Oh God. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't think Simona would be on 25 side and Katrina would be on 24 side.
If we are judging just the final performance, I loved Ollie's staging. I found it like I couldn't peel my eyes off. I was like, how are they doing this? They are defying gravity. This is amazing. I didn't find it too much. I didn't find it too vulgar. I really enjoyed it. Yes. Were his vocals perfect? No. But as a package, I think that song left a bigger impact on me than this year's song, which I did enjoy and listen to quite a lot before the contest. But I don't know, on the stage, they did not convince me. You know, they didn't take me to that party that they just woken up from.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I think what made me, it was a hard choice because I enjoy Ole Alexander's sort of song from the radio-friendly perspective and listening a little bit sort of on my commute and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. I would not listen to Remember Monday on that side. But Remember Monday, the voices were just so great. The harmonies were so great on the stage. They connected to each other really well and they seemed to have fun. And I applaud that. Applaud sending somebody with, I suppose, original song and with a very, very, very good singers that seem to enjoy the whole show. And I really like that, to seeing that on the stage.
Yes, I agree with both of your points. Staging wise, Ollie's staging was much better, which kind of backfired for him, but because people thought it was vulgar, but I think it was innovative and I really enjoyed that. But the song was very generic. Vocals, a bit iffy at times, surprisingly. with Remember Monday, the song was not to everybody's liking, but I did like it. I did like that it was leaning into this like musical theater culture. I didn't like the staging at all because they were leaning more into Disney, and I didn't like that aspect at all. But still, like as a song and as singers, they performed better, and they were also very charismatic on stage. I always felt like they were just a nice bunch of girls. Like I didn't have like any animosity towards them. So I don't know, for me that was kind of a more complete package. I think Ollie was more daring, but that kind of didn't really work out with the song that he chose and with his vocals not really keeping up with that choreography.
Well put. None of them chooses. It's just a lie.
Yeah, I think Remember Monday for me didn't raise many emotions in general, other than thinking that it's cool that they're representing theater and they are singing well, but I don't know, Ollie's song maybe I just like it more as a song, and that maybe I'm a bit biased, but and his performance was cool with the flipping and the house and costumes. And he did have a strong final moment in the song, I think, when he's singing loud and the ground is spinning under him and he finishes like this. I remember. So that was more impactful to me overall, for sure, probably than the trio.
I think it's my time to flip.
Excuse me? You're betraying me?
Flip. Yeah.
You literally just said like if they don't change it. So that was such a good argument. If they don't change, they're liars. And you're changing against me now.
Why are you changing?
I knew what the commenters will say. If I don't flip, I'm the only person who cannot flip on the other side. So I have to take my opportunity to save my face.
Nice,
And,
thank you. I was ready to sacrifice myself, but thank you, Simona.
Oh.
Sacrifices were made and Ollie won on this occasion. So
these results were audited by independent auditors, Grant Thornton, Lithuania.
Nice. Are we good to go?
Allegedly.
Are we good to go?
Good to go?
We're good to go.
Good to go.
I'm gonna ask you first, how do you feel like it went? Which one edged?
The fact that you're asking makes me nervous.
It felt fairly even.
Very
I was
similar,
not
I
counting
think.
in my head, so
Yeah.
Because I feel like we went with this narrative that 24 was stronger and this year was weaker.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Do you still feel that after this
Oh
comparison?
my God, you dramatic.
I feel like there might, if you count the sort of compare the countries' performances like that, they become much more closer than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Then we say that 24 was whatever better, just because I, for example, personally, because I could find songs that I really support and really push for. And that's like why it feels like
a handful of songs that we felt extremely strongly about.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, maybe we didn't feel as strongly about the songs.
At all.
Probably overall, they ended up being quite even.
No way, Gerda.
Okay, Gerda, I would like your reveal.
Oh my God, please.
No way.
She's
gonna. I know what she's gonna say.
How to reveal it to kind of maintain the momentum, because as soon as I say one, you'll know the other.
Fast, tell us what is the difference in terms of total. Six. That's not that even at all.
Not even at all.
6. Oh, so 1 year is clearly much stronger.
In this scientific method, not in emotional method.
Which?
Okay, tell us. I can already know what I feel like.
I'm kind of nervous.
No. 25?
No.
Yeah, 21 for 25 and 15 points for 24.
Audit.
Okay.
Again,
come and audit me. But
I feel like I was a little bit spoiled because I watched a couple of Eurovision battle videos, and so far they were producing 2025 winning.
Really? Everyone is reaching the same result?
I watched like 2 videos, so I'm
again sample size of 2.
So unexpected.
And I feel
but I think you hit the nail on the head when you said, on average, probably when you do the comparison song by song, it just barely. Every song just barely edges towards 25, but there was such fan favor, strong performance in 24, which maybe 5 or 6 songs, but everyone felt strongly about. Whilst this year you feel strongly about maybe 1 or 2 songs, or maybe none at all. But you still have to do the comparison side by side. And
so I still feel like the outliers that actually qualify for the winning last year was stronger.
Yeah.
In Italy.
But as a whole, the kind of
that's very surprising.
The level was higher, I'm guessing, this year.
Surprising.
Right? Yeah. Guys, what an interesting study.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Maybe we should publish it in scientific papers.
We're very thankful for science on this occasion, but
can we publish this as a paper?
Yeah, like an Instagram post or something.
A green and yellow paper.
Yeah. Thank you for the props, Katrina. That's really useful, and I'm sure it was entertaining to everybody to watch, and hopefully not confusing for people to listen when we forgot to exclaim what the winning country was.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Do you agree with these results?
Yeah. Do they surprise you?
Yeah.
And as you can see, we disagree between ourselves a lot. So, our personal sort of
tell us who's wrong.
Are different. Exactly.
I'm guessing I am wrong.
No, I don't think so. Anyway.
Because I kept flipping.
Sorry. We all flipped at least once.
I mean, Simona flipped it just because she had to. It wasn't because she wanted to.
But that just showcases about how flexible and fair I am.
and humble. And very humble.
Surely, naturally it proves.
So, anyway, with this season sort of finishing up, we hope you really enjoyed following it along with us. We certainly enjoyed creating this new content and trying out new ways sort of to analyze the season. And but we have some good news, hopefully. We will not be completely shutting down and going away and relaxing. We are planning to still release some content and some new analysis about maybe different years and sort of taking different approaches. So we hope you stay along and continue our Eurovision whole year season.
And going through this post-Eurovision depression together with us.
Yeah, exactly. So please do stay with us. Please do subscribe if you haven't, so you do get notifications on our new material, and we're looking forward to continuing this year strong until the next year appears again. Yay!
Yeah. So it's not a goodbye; it's a see you later.
See you later.
See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.